Namaste and welcome to the Divas That Care Network. I'm your host, Gia-Raquel Rose, owner of Airs Above Yoga, and you are listening to Above the Ground podcast. This is your first time tuning in. Our network is going into its 16th year and is listened to in over 30 countries. I would like to take this moment to personally thank you for giving me the gift of your time. As always, it is my honor to hold space with and for you. And we're going to continue on with our meditation episode today regarding joy. What brings you joy, being the joy, anything and everything about the idea that joy is I'm going to say a necessity in life, and that I think a lot of us, maybe not a lot of us, but I think definitely some of us go through our day to day in a lack mindset, especially when it comes to joy and potentially other things. But I think that joy specifically is something that we, you know, overlook or push off to later. And I think that it is becoming increasingly important that the lack of joy is this, void that needs to be filled. And there's only one thing that can truly fill it. And I think that we try to numb that void with other things, whether it's scrolling on social media, drink, whatever it is that, might speak to you in the ways that you escape that void. And that just tiny little moments of joy, whatever they are. Like for me, I love snuggling with my dogs in my bed. Just like it's the simplest, most soft and gentle way for me to experience just pure love and exchange of energy and joy because they're my babies and I love them so much. And that's a me thing, right? Not everybody loves dogs. But just those little tiny moments and how many moments of those can you create for yourself in your day? And I find it kind of ironic, and I promise I will get to the meditation rather quickly tonight because I think it's going to be a good one. I hope it's going to be a good one. But I often find that, of course, like as God, fate, the universe would have it, as soon as I start talking last week about yoga asanas that bring joy, or that cultivate joy, or that kind of, again, that heart opener, lift yourself up, bring your arms above your head, like just bring that energy up, uplifting, heart opening, surrender type poses. I think there's an element of surrendering to joy as well, obviously. I find it ironic that in the days that followed that particular episode, the universe plopped some life events in my reality, or maybe some awareness, maybe not events, but some life awareness into my reality that was the opposite of joy. Um, some kind of crash and burn style emotions came up for me this past week. And I feel like that I don't believe in coincidence. I just don't. So I feel like I am now forced to reconcile or live, me and my big mouth talking about joy, and the universe is like, here, just kidding. Here's a pile of less joyous emotions for you to navigate through. And I took some days and I sat in the reality of the truth of those emotions, and didn't feel great. I'm gonna say it didn't feel great. But I may not have fully processed them. There may be more to process, but I'm going to steal from God because I'm in my church clothes right now. And yes, I do meditate, and yes, I am a yoga instructor, and yes, I am Catholic too, and I all the things, and I don't have to agree with everything the church says. Sister Mary Carlotta taught me that in CCD. Not that it's a pick and choose, but you don't have to go with everything. You don't have to go with all of it. I know the Catholic Church has a big, stigma around it, but my family was Spanish Catholic and I was raised in the church, and I took a very long hiatus from it. And then I chose to go with the love, the Sacred Heart loving aspect of what I feel like the message is. Not all the messages, but the message of love, acceptance, tolerance, etc. that's not why I brought it up. I brought it up because I am taking this directly from the priest because it literally just happened. And I thought, wow, well, that's important. That's, again, not a coincidence. And he was reading about a particular Italian nun who created an order, obviously to spread the word, right? That's kind of their jam. And the letters that she wrote, she sent missionaries out to different countries. I want to say, oh, I will confirm this in the comments if I get it wrong. I want to say Saint Mary Mazzarello, not mozzarella, not that. But I will confirm that. And he said this, so I'm taking this from Father Alex. So I apologize, Father Alex, but it's relevant to this. She signed all of the letters to the missionaries that she sent all over the world. Courage and great joy. And I thought, well, isn't that ironic, to quote Alanis? Isn't that a little bit ironic? So here is this courage and great joy. And I was like, well, that's fitting. And so, like I said, you don't have to be Catholic. You can hate the church. I don't, that's you. I respect your right to choose and believe what you want. But isn't it serendipitous that within the span of 7 calendar days, I decided to embrace joy. I had the opposite of joy, just occurrences that brought up emotions that one could classify as the opposite of joy: loss, sadness, anger, betrayal, these types of emotions. And I had some very severe experience with that this week. And I had to sit with that. And then it was bookended by this lovely sentiment that this sister put out to all of her missionaries: courage and great joy. And I thought, okay, so I brought up the courage part, and well, I should say I brought up the great joy part. And I think that the lesson that I got smacked with this week was the courage part, because I think that you have to choose joy, because or have the courage to go through the other stuff, the not joyful stuff, and focus on the joy. And again, choose the joy. And I think that, you're never going to have a life that is pure love and light, rainbows and unicorns. And that's not a thing. That's not our existence. If you're Buddhist, life is suffering, right? I believe that is kind of the thing, and kind of you move through it that way. I love the non-harming, but I don't necessarily love the life is suffering, because I would love to think that it wasn't. So again, here we are with the dichotomy of I choose joy. Here's some joy. Let's focus on joy. And then the universe going, or God, whomever, just going, here you go. We're gonna put this large, emotional, turbulent occurrence into your existence as you go ahead and say you're gonna choose joy. And then we're gonna just remind you that courage plays a part in there too. So I love when things kind of come full circle like that. And that's kind of why I believe in the things I believe in, why I don't believe in coincidences, why I do believe everything happens for a reason, why I go to church on Sunday. So to that end, this meditation is just going to be what comes through for feeling joy and embodying joy. And for me, meditation is always a physical experience. And I mean that in the way that as a yoga instructor, I believe that yoga is a moving meditation, right? When you are in your body, you are out of the mind chatter, you are moving in your body, you are at one, you are in that flow state, literally and figuratively, if you're in a vinyasa class. And so with that in mind, when I do a guided meditation, when I walk us through a guided meditation, if you're so kind as to walk with me on this journey, it's a lot of feeling in the body, in the sensations. It's tapping in, it's creating that connection from your higher self, your conscious, your subconscious, whatever you want to call it, but the higher self, not the spiral self, but the one that's aware of acknowledging the spiral self and connecting that higher self into the body, bringing that higher self down into your body, embodying it. And I feel like embodiment has been a big focus for me in the past week or so. So this meditation is going to be having the courage. Thank you, sister. Having the courage to embody joy, even when all evidence points to the contrary, or many or most evidence points to the contrary. And how even what could be like a pretty dark moment, pretty disappointing moment, a letdown, if you will. We're not toxic positivity. I sat with it. I did sit with it. I will continue to sit with it. I will process. I may even journal. But knowing it exists, knowing that darkness exists, knowing that toxicity exists, knowing that lower vibrations are all around us all the time, being aware of that. And I could say forgiveness, practicing forgiveness, release, let go. It's a new moon. So new moons are for intention setting, full moons are more for releasing, but setting the intention, if you will, with this new moon to choose joy. Choosing joy does not mean negating reality. It means finding moments and creating moments. That's the choice part. So like in those few days as I was processing, you know what I did quite a bit of? Snuggling my dogs. Why? Because it brings me joy. And even in grief and even in sadness and processing, dogs are really great for that. Cats are great for that too. Horses are great for that. Any animals, any silent animals that just sit with you in your energy and help you process, make you laugh, that they're beautiful and wonderful for that. Friends and family can be wonderful as well. But I find comfort in the knowing silent gaze of something like an animal that loves you unconditionally. And I just find that brings me peace. So I don't know what brings you peace. You may be like me in that way, or you may not. That's okay. But whatever, if it's going to the ice cream store, I don't eat ice cream. Maybe you love ice cream. Lots of people find ice cream soothing and brings them joy. Whatever it is for you, whatever it is, creating those moments, especially on days where joy is maybe less than apparent, making the conscious, self-aware choice to infuse your day with some joy, especially if you have experienced loss, grief, sadness, lower vibrational behavior. You still have a choice. You always have a choice. And you can create balance in that grief by choosing joy. So, to quote, and I will confirm the name, but to quote the lovely human who died over 100 years ago, courage and great joy. So thanks to Father Alex today for bringing that into my awareness, and to God or the universe or whoever it is that you believe in for bringing that to us. And so that we can, remind ourselves that joy, life comes with choosing courage and creating joy. Usually, I go into a whole long setup for how to put yourself into a comfortable position to meditate. I will briefly go over that now in an abbreviated version. So please use this time to set yourself up in whatever comfortable position you feel is right for you and calling you in this moment. And I will often say that for me, traditionally, this upright seat can be challenging for a lot of people who don't have that like yogic upright seat, all of those all that muscle memory in place. So I am a fan of reclined meditation. It's not traditional, I understand that, but I'm also a yoga teacher that is a Catholic, so I'm not traditional. It's fine. I don't care. Judge me. That's your bag, not mine. I find the more relaxed you can be in meditation, with the exception of trying super hard not to fall asleep because we don't want that. That's the flip side of horizontal meditation. But I find reclined or horizontal meditation to be a very good way to completely relax and release into the meditation without fighting. And yes, in theory, in my belief, your chakras are still in alignment. They are not necessarily as connected to the ground as they would be, but one could argue they are connected individually to the ground. So I'm not going to pretend that I know the metaphysics of all of the chakra energy flow, but I will say that I've had a lot of success meditating horizontally. And if you have back pain or hip pain or sitting in a seat, cross-legged seat, chair, what do, if that is inaccessible or will take you out of the meditation, please find any position that you can be in comfortably for, let's say, about 15 some odd minutes, give or take. So hopefully I've given you enough time. And I will ask you very gently now to set yourself up and either lower your gaze or close your eyes. And now simply begin to draw your awareness into your body by connecting with your breath. And allow that breath to flow through all the points of contact between yourself and the earth beneath you. And truly begin to ground down. With each inhale, feel your heart center lifting and opening. With each exhale, feel the release of any tension or discomfort you might be carrying or holding on to within your body. If it helps you and you're in a comfortable position to do so, you can take your hands onto your heart center, onto your belly, and breathe into your hands. Feel the heart and the belly gently pressing into the resistance of the weight of your hands. And bring your awareness into this sensation. As you continue to breathe, relax yourself completely into the support of the earth beneath you. Letting go and releasing any feelings of control over your breath, any feelings of control over your body, any feelings of control over your emotions. Let that all go. Practice the art of surrender, surrendering to the present moment, surrendering to the current state of your body. Surrendering to the flow of the energy in and around you. And begin to either visualize in your mind's eye, or feel a small light, a flame, a flicker beginning to glow at your heart center. Think of a moment in time where you not only felt the sensation of excitement or joy, but even exuberance. Stare into this flame within your heart and see if you can allow that moment to replay itself for you as if you were watching it on TV or on a movie screen. Begin to experience that feeling, that sensation of complete and utter joy. Was it a big moment? Was it a tiny moment? Was it the first time your child grabbed your finger with their tiny hands? Was it the first time you saw a loved one after a period of separation? Was it choosing or being chosen by your beloved dog, cat, furry friend? Was it a truly inspiring performance? Was it as simple as seeing your favorite animal, butterfly, bird fly past you unexpectedly while walking down the street? Is it an accomplishment that you worked for many, many years, many, many hours that finally came to fruition? What instant, what moment in time is coming through for you? Feel this sensation of pure, unfiltered joy growing in your heart space. Allow that flame to grow bigger. Feel the sensation of joy start to expand beyond just your heart center, up through your chest, into your throat, into your shoulders and arms. Allow a smile to come to your face. Allow the feeling to flow down all the way into your solar plexus, into your lower chakras, into your legs. Was it the moment that you were proposed to, or the moment that you picked out the ring? Was it even the smallest moment of sharing a wonderful time or wonderful news with a friend or loved one? Is it as simple as the sun on your face? Continue to breathe into the sensation of joy. Memorize it with your body. Feel the excitement in your toes, the anticipation of seeing someone you love and wanting to run towards them. Feel it in your legs like it's the night before Christmas and you're waiting to run down the stairs to see if Santa came. Feel it as this in your stomach as the realization, the actuality of something that you've wanted coming to fruition for you. That feeling of, oh my goodness, is this really happening? Is this just for me? Until you're back into your heart space. And that tiny flicker of flame is turned into this warm, soft glow of pure joy throughout your entire body. Breathe with this feeling. Feel it tingling in the palms of your hands. Feel an almost buzzing in anticipation of gratitude and happiness throughout your chest and arms. Allow the smile on your face to be as big or as small as it wants to be. Allow your softly closed eyes to crinkle at the corners. Feel this place of pure joy. Feel it in all of your cells. Feel it all the way down to your bones. Commit this sensation or these sensations into your muscle memories now. And just for a moment, ask yourself if for you there's any difference between the sensation of joy and the sensation of love. If you look into that flame in your heart for something that you love the most, does anything change with the feeling in your body? Or does it remain the same? Our love and joy connected to each other for you. Was it the same moment that you first thought of when we brought our awareness to the tiny flame in our hearts? Come back now to that original image, moment in time, feeling of pure, unbridled joy. And if you've moved your hands, take them back to your heart center. Take a moment to create the connection between your hands and your heart center and this sensation of joy, so that in moments where you're feeling something other than joy, you can bring your hands to your heart as a reminder of the sensation of joy created by this moment in time that you were a part of, and allow that moment to be endless, everlasting, infinite, because you and your ability to create this joy within yourself, this ability is infinite. This space of joy is infinite. It is always within us. It is always available if we only stop to choose. Continue now to breathe into your hands, expanding your heart space, feeling and setting the intention to commit this feeling to all of the muscles in your body to ease your return to this place and to this choice. Feel now a sense of gratitude washing over you for the moment that gave you such joy. Gratitude for yourself for allowing that moment to relive itself in your mind's eye. Gratitude to yourself for giving yourself this time to practice this choice. Gratitude to the universe, source, God, your higher self, for creating this connection, for establishing this link within you to that sense of exuberance and joy, to to the feelings of excitement and anticipation surrounding that joy. From your fingers all the way to your toes. Breathe in to those sensations once more. And bring your palms briefly together in gratitude, in thanks, in appreciation for every moment that brings you joy, even the moments that you choose to create. They are no more or less valid than the moments that you were not expecting or that happened to you and created such joy. Releasing your palms from each other and placing them on the floor by your sides, on your legs, or anywhere where they fall comfortably. Begin to deepen your breathing. Feeling that warm and gentle glow throughout your body. Begin now to draw your awareness back into your body. You can gently press your palms into the floor. You can begin to start making small movements, wiggling fingers and toes. You can even bring your hands back to your heart center. That helps you to take the sensation of joy with you. Focus now on feeling into your body, grounding back into the present moment. Allowing that spark, that memory, that moment in time to crystallize into your heart space in a soft, gentle way, so that this element of joy is forever present within you. And when you're ready, gently begin to open your eyes. As always, with any meditation, feel free to stay in it longer than my cues if it feels as though you need to. And remember also to always ground yourself after any meditation. Make sure you're fully back within your body, back into the present moment. Whether you choose to drink water, eat a small amount of food, go for a walk, make sure this time that you bring that element of joy with you. And so now I would just like to share with all of you how much I appreciate each and every one of you. And so I ask that you share the same with your loved ones. For more goodness, follow me on all the socials at Above the Ground Podcast and visit my website, airsAboveYoga.com. Never forget to check out my other episodes and all of my amazing sisters at the Divas That Care Network. You can find us on Apple, Odyssey, YouTube, Spotify, and anywhere else that you might feel guided. Again, my name is Gia-Raquel Rose, owner of Airs Above Yoga, and you are listening to Above the Ground podcast, where every day is a good one.